There is a moment that changes a man's life. It is not when he finally wins her back. It is not when she finally apologizes. It is the day he realizes, I would rather be alone with my self-respect than partnered with someone who keeps breaking it. Your most powerful move in any relationship is not what you say. It is your willingness to walk away when respect dies. But most men will do anything to avoid that moment. They explain. They excuse. They wait. They tell themselves, she will change, while their self-worth slowly bleeds out. Today, I want to talk about what I call walk-away power. Why your ability to leave is the foundation of your value in a relationship. How fear, low self-esteem, and attachment keep men stuck where they are disrespected. The difference between healthy boundaries and cold, manipulative ultimatums. A simple framework: 1 boundary, 1 warning, 2nd violation, gone. And how to walk away in a way that protects your dignity and your future. This is not about punishing women. It is about finally stopping the punishment you have been putting yourself through. Number 1. How men lose respect without noticing. Think of one relationship where you slowly lost yourself. At the beginning, the disrespect was small. A joke that cut a little too deep in front of friends. A promise broken without apology. A text ignored for 2 days while she was busy. But she was always online for everyone else. You felt it. That small twist in your stomach. The voice saying, this is not okay. But you swallowed it. You told yourself, if I bring it up, I will look insecure. She has been stressed. I do not want to lose her over something small. So you stayed. You let it slide. What you did not see was the message your silence sent. To her, my disrespect has no real consequence. To yourself, my feelings are negotiable. My standards are optional. Over time, patterns of neglect, criticism, or contempt can turn a relationship toxic and erode your mental health and self-esteem. And research is clear: people with low self-esteem are more likely to stay in bad relationships and avoid confrontation because they fear rejection and believe they cannot do better. So every time you stayed, you were training her. But you were also training yourself. Training her that disrespect is cheap. Training yourself that respect is expensive. Number 2, why walk-away power equals real power. Let us talk about power for a second. In psychology, power in relationships is often about dependence. The more you believe you cannot live without someone, the more power they have over you. If all your happiness, identity, and future plans are tied to one person, you will tolerate things you swore you never would. You will say, it is not that bad. You will move your boundaries back an inch at a time. Until you wake up one day and realize you are standing nowhere. Walk-away power is not about loving less. It is about depending less. It is the internal knowing that I want you, but I do not need you to survive. I love you, but I will not betray myself to keep you. If this becomes disrespectful, I have the courage and the capacity to leave. Healthy relationships are built on mutual respect and clear boundaries. Boundaries are not walls, they are rules of what is and is not okay. And here is the key. A boundary without a consequence is just a suggestion. Your true power is not the line you draw with your words. It is what you are willing to do when that line is crossed. Number 3, standards versus manipulation. Some men hear this and think, fine. I will threaten to leave every time she annoys me. That will make her behave. That is not standards. That is emotional blackmail. Healthy boundaries sound like, I will not stay in a relationship where insults are normal. I will not tolerate cheating, lying, or ongoing disrespect. Unhealthy manipulation sounds like, if you go out with your friends, I am leaving. If you disagree with me, I will find someone else. One is about protecting your well-being. The other is about controlling her choices. Experts on boundaries emphasize that healthy boundaries are rooted in self-awareness, clear communication, and respect. They are about what you will do to take care of yourself, not about forcing others to obey you. So when I say, 1 violation, 1 warning, 2nd violation, gone, I am not talking about normal human mistakes. I am talking about clear, serious boundaries. Physical aggression. Repeated cheating. Habitual lying. Regular insults, humiliation, or contempt. Disrespect that continues after you have calmly expressed your limit. In healthy relationships, people occasionally hurt each other by accident. And then repair it. In toxic relationships, the hurt becomes a pattern. And your pain is quietly ignored. Walk-away power is for the second kind. Number 4, the framework, boundary warning walk. Here is a simple structure you can use. Step 1, get clear on your non-negotiables. Before you can enforce a boundary, you need to know what it is. Write down the behaviors you absolutely will not live with. No physical violence. No cheating. No repeated insults or name-calling in arguments. No snooping through my phone or tracking me without consent. This clarity is for you first. If you are vague, your reactions will be vague too. Step 2, communicate the boundary early, calmly, and clearly. Example. I do not stay in relationships where we insult each other in arguments. If it happens again, I will leave the conversation, and if it becomes a pattern, I will end the relationship. You are not shouting. You are not threatening. You are stating your terms for staying. Step 3, enforce a consequence on the first violation. If she crosses the line after that talk, end the conversation. I am not talking while we are insulting. I am stepping away now. Leave the environment if needed. Create real distance for a period of time. Psychologists who specialize in boundaries point out that consequences are how we teach others to take our limits seriously. If you never follow through, your words lose meaning. Step 4, if it becomes a pattern, walk. If she repeats the behavior after you have calmly named your boundary and enforced a consequence, you are no longer confused. You are looking at her reality. At that point, staying is a choice against yourself. Walking away is not you giving up too soon. It is you refusing to live in a relationship where respect is optional. Number 5, why walking away is so hard, and why you must do it anyway. If this sounds simple but feels impossible, you are not weak. You are human. People struggle to leave unhealthy relationships for many reasons. Fear of being alone or judged. Financial dependence. Low self-esteem and the belief, I cannot do better. Hope that the other person will finally change. Sometimes you are not just walking away from a person. You are walking away from a dream. From all the future plans you built in your head. That grief is real. But staying in a disrespectful relationship does not protect you from pain. It just trades short-term discomfort for long-term damage. Toxic relationships are linked to lower self-esteem, higher stress, anxiety, and even physical health problems over time. Walking away is not an act of cruelty. It is an act of self-preservation. It is choosing to be on your own side at last. If your situation involves abuse, threats, or control, get help. Friends you trust, family, professionals, hotlines in your country. Leaving dangerous relationships often requires support and planning. And there is no shame in needing that. Number 6, how women actually respond to standards. Good women are not repelled by standards. They are relieved by them. Boundaries create trust and safety. They show you value yourself and expect mutual respect, which is the foundation of healthy connection. When you calmly communicate, this is what I accept. This is what I do not. And your actions match your words. You become easier to trust. Women may test your frame, consciously or unconsciously, to see if your standards are real or just talk. High-value men do not scream, "Do you know who I am?" They simply remove themselves from rooms where they are not respected. You are not trying to scare her. You are showing her the truth. My love is real. My effort is real. My boundaries are real too. The right woman will adjust out of respect. The wrong woman will reveal herself and leave your life faster. Either way, you win. Because you are no longer fighting to be valued in a place that has already shown you it does not. In conclusion, so here is the core lesson. Your greatest relationship power is not how hard you can hold on. It is how clearly you know when to let go. Disrespect once? Address it. Disrespect again, after a clear boundary and a consequence? You are not confused anymore. You do not need another apology. You need a decision. Set your standards. Say them out loud. Enforce them with your actions. If you are done being disrespected, start acting like a man who would rather walk alone than crawl for connection. If this hit you, save this video and send it to the one friend who needs to hear. Brother, you are allowed to walk away.